friends, welcome back to Bucket List Homestead. My name is Lynn, and if you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a little bit more laid back. We're going to be talking about a few things, so grab a drink. I have my nice hot cup of tea here and a snack. Get comfy, and we're going to chat. So as I said, I have a few things I want to chat with you about, and I have some notes. I also have some questions that a few of you asked me. I posted on my Instagram and here on my community tab. So if you're not seeing the community tab, the posts, make sure you check them out because I actually post there quite often. And I did get a few questions, so we will be answering them. So thank you for giving me a few questions to answer. We've got a lot to get to today. I guess the first thing we're going to start with is I want to give an update on my channel. So I am not leaving YouTube or anything before you all worry about that. I am going to be changing how I'm posting. I am going to go down to 2 videos a week. I am feeling burnout, very much so. I'm feeling a lot of burnout, quite frankly. Not just from YouTube, but from life in general. This time of year usually is harder for me with my mental health, but on top of losing my grandmother and then 3 weeks later losing my father, with all in just a few weeks last fall, summer and fall, it's been hard. It has been hard, and for some reason the last few weeks grief has really reared its ugly head. So I've had a very hard time finding motivation. Plus, doing 3 videos a week, I'm burning myself out. Doing the 3 videos a week means some things are suffering in my life. Mainly a lot of the things I need to do around the house. I'm doing the bare minimum because I'm filming so much and editing. I don't know if you all know this, but it takes a lot of time to film. Even, you may see a 15-minute video, but it has been probably over an hour more recording and then another hour or 2 editing and then updating and then the thumbnail. It's a lot for one 15-minute video. So like I said, it's taking up a lot of my time, and other things in my life are suffering. Mainly my chores, my to-do list, my life in general. So I'm hoping by going to 2 videos a week, that is going to give me some more time to do some other things that desperately need being done. It's not that you're never going to see 3 videos. Some weeks I may have a little bit more time and can do 3 videos, but for now going forward, we're only going to have 2. You might have noticed that this week I had one on Tuesday and today. So that will be the schedule going forward, Tuesday and Saturday, except next week. Next week's video will be on a Monday because I'm part of a collaboration, and that's the day I was given to post. So you'll see a video Monday and Saturday next week. And I hope it's not going to hurt my channel too much, but my mental health and just the state of everything around here needs to take priority right now. And it's either that or give up YouTube altogether, and I'm not ready to say I'm ready to throw in the towel for that yet. So that's what we're going to be doing going forward. So 2 videos a week for the next little bit. And I do have some content, I think, some great content coming up that I want to film for you all, and I think I can give you that much better if I am focused on not just the 2 videos a week. So, a little drink of tea there. The next thing, I'm just going to get this out of the way. I had mentioned at the beginning of the year that Dave and I were focusing more on health this year, and whatever that was, not necessarily just weight loss, but just making sure we're the healthiest we can be. And for that, one of the things I've been doing is if I don't make it, we don't eat it, has been working really well. As of today, I am down 9 pounds. I am so happy, 9 pounds. I'm pretty much reached my goal. I don't really have goals. I shouldn't say that. I don't have goals. I'm not putting goals on myself like, oh, I got to lose 10 pounds by this day. Oh, I want to make sure I'm losing 2 pounds a week. I'm not doing that to myself. I weigh myself every Friday, and as long as I see we're going in the right direction, I am happy. So if I don't make it, we don't eat it is working great for us so far. I'm really, really, really happy. And I'm starting to feel better physically. I can start feeling the difference a bit. So, yay! And I know a lot of you are also on the weight loss struggle bus, and we're all doing this together. Like I said, the only reason I share this is because it helps keep me accountable, and I know I am not alone. in this weight loss battle. I know I'm not, just from your comments from the last time I talked about our getting healthy this year. Many of you have also said that you're also taking your health serious this year and that you have struggled for a long time. So we're going to keep on trucking on. So some other things I want to talk to you about are plans for the homestead, and I guess are we moving is right up there for plans for the homestead. I had mentioned probably a year ago that we had a 2-year and a 5-year plan for moving, and quite a few things needed to fall into place for the 2-year plan to be implemented, which would be this fall. They're not falling into place. So we are not moving this year unless by some miracle, miracles can happen, something could change that. But as of right now, we haven't been able to find any place either to buy. We know we're going to be building a mini home, or what we called a trailer, a mobile home, whatever you want to call them. Apparently it's offensive to call them trailers or mobile homes anymore. That's what the person at the mini home place told us. We do know we want to go that route at our stage in life. We have found a couple places that we liked where we want to move to. And if we were in our 20s just starting out with little ones, we would jump on it. But at this stage in our life, our children are grown. Aiden graduates high school this year. Grace is 21, though Grace will probably be living with us for the foreseeable future. We know we need something different than what we're seeing that's for sale. We know we're more looking for property than anything that we can put our home on. And I want one level that's going to be easier to clean. David has some physical problems, especially with his knee and his hip, that I know going forward is going to be more difficult as we are getting older. Another reason why we're trying to take our health seriously this year. So having one level will be amazing for us, and we can customize it to what we need. It's definitely what we're looking at. And we want to have a garage built with an apartment off it, so Grace can have her independence but still be close. And Aiden too, because with the economy and things, I don't see him being able to afford to move out on his own right away. He's still trying to decide what he wants to do. I'm trying to convince him to take a year off and just work and save as much as he can and then go, but he's getting some bad information from other people saying, oh, taking a year off is the worst thing you can do. I think that's wrong. I don't see anything wrong with taking a year off and making sure you know what you want to do. And just, it's been a rough year this year for everybody in my family. So I think him having a year off, and just if he can find a job that gives him more hours, because when I tell you, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you this boy has applied for 80 to 90 jobs, all within 20 minutes of either direction of where we live. And he just can't seem to, I don't understand. He just is having a very difficult time. He does have a job right now, but it's 1 day a week, 4 hours, and that is just not enough. It's not. It's just not enough. So anyway, we are not moving this year. I'm not necessarily really upset about it. I have found my women in homesteading group of friends that I love going to, and I would miss them. So I'm glad I still get to participate in that a little longer. And we just haven't found what we want. And like David said, we're not desperate to move, so we don't want to settle for something. We don't think we have too high expectations. We know what we want. So, we're willing to compromise a few things, but we know what we want. So we're still looking, and nothing's just popped up that says, oh, this is it. I shouldn't say that. There was one thing, but the price was more than we wanted to pay. So we're kind of keeping an eye on that. It's been up for sale for a while, so we'll see. But I think with everything that's been going on in our family, it's probably a good idea to give us this time to maybe not move and put that on our plate. It gives us more time to do some things to the house that will help us increase our value to sell our home. So that gives us not only time, but time to pay for it too because we don't want to go into debt doing these renos. So we're trying to do them, save up for them. So I'm not that disappointed. I kind of knew it was a long shot in the beginning that we would be able to move this quick. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be 5 years. We're thinking now maybe it might be 2 to 3 going forward, but it's, man plans and God laughs. That's one of my favorite sayings. So we will just keep on doing what we're doing and, just wait and see. I'm sure the right place is out there for us. That being said, that means where we're not moving, I can actually plan my garden this year. And I am going to be starting seeds this year. Last year I took the year off from doing seeds, and it costs a lot of money to buy seedlings. It really does. I mean, some things I'm still going to buy as seedlings because I have no luck growing onions from seeds, none. So I'll be getting onion starts when it's time. But that's one of the things I need time for, is setting up my seed starting area. And I've been working on that little bit, and I've got some of it ready. We're going to actually be growing it out here in my room, my craft room slash office slash gym slash freezer room. And right behind you, you can't see it, but I have been slowly decluttering and donating, purging so much craft stuff, so much. And I have been crocheting up a storm to use up as much yarn as I can, and I have managed to clear off one whole big section of shelving where we're going to start the seeds. So I'm pretty excited I got that done, but I need to dig out my lights, I need to dig out my heating mats, I need to get my trays cleaned up, I need to get soil. So there's still some things. I am planning on the end of the month, we'll be doing a video of our seed starting setup, a little seed haul I have for you, and plans for the actual garden this year and what I'm hoping to do with it. We're changing things just a little bit. And yeah, so I'm excited to be able to do that. We weren't sure we're gonna, because we weren't sure if we were moving. But yeah, I'm so excited. So seed starting will be starting here, and I'll be bringing you all along with me when we do that near the end of the month. Some other plans for the homestead we have this year. We are going to increase our chicken flock by a few chickens, and we're going to be doing that by incubating for the first time our own eggs. I'm so excited to do this. Now that we have a rooster, Roy, I'll have to introduce you all. I think I showed him before, but I'll show him again. He's quite the beautiful rooster, very vocal. He takes his job seriously, but he's a lavender buff Orpington, and we have a female lavender buff Orpington, so we'll have buff Orpington eggs, but you know, it'll be a barnyard mix because not all of our chickens are lavender buff Orpington. So I'm really excited to try that. Hopefully we get a few hens, and the roosters we don't mind because the chickens that we have, including lavender buff Orpingtons, they are dual purpose. They can be meat or egg layers. So we're also hoping to do meat chickens again this year to add to our freezer, and we're hoping possibly to do some turkeys. I have been advised by Holly, our leader of Women in Homesteading, that she recommends that we get more than we think we want. She goes, if you want to put like 4 turkeys in the freezer, you should have like 10 turkey eggs to incubate, or 10 turkey chicks, because they have a high notorious rate for not making it. So you want more than you think you're going to need to make sure. Our luck, every time someone says that to us, everything always lives. So our luck, I'll get 10 turkey chicks and all 10 will live. Which would, I mean, is okay. I'm sure I can find homes for them if we don't need that many. So I'm excited to do that this year and just add to our skill set. Like, we're going to still keep learning and adding to our skill set to take with us to our new homestead. So I'm really excited to do that this year. Holly already got a dozen eggs off of me to incubate. So I can't wait to see them, you know, to see chicks from our homestead hatch. I'm really excited to see that, and we'll be doing that. Grace and I are heading to Florida in April for a week to spend the week with my mother. It's the week of what would have been my dad's birthday, so we are going to go down for that. Many of you know I actually flew there last year for his 75th birthday and surprised him, my sister and I. So it's quite a bit different this year, and yeah, so we're going to go spend a week with my mom to help her through that rough time. So we plan on doing the incubating when we come back. I also need it to be warmer, as we're going to be having the chicks on the other side of this room, which is our garage, which is not heated. So I want it to be warmer. So we're probably going to be looking forward towards May doing that and growing our own chicks from our homestead. So I'm really excited. I'm hoping to find fertilized turkey eggs too and do them that way, because the price of the chicks are just crazy here, just crazy. So hopefully we can, you know, that will be successful and add to our skill set. I'm also going to link down below to the Women in Homesteading information, the website, the Facebook page, all that. It is just for women in homesteading, but it's for women in homesteading that already have a homestead, want to learn about homesteading, and it's for Canadians, Americans, anywhere in the world. Holly, her dream is to hopefully have more chapters open up everywhere, and several are. I am trying to start a chapter here in our area. It's not going so well. I've had one person reach out, so I'm hoping as the word spreads that maybe I can start hosting a chapter here myself. I get so much from this group of women. I cannot tell you, it is such a blessing in my life, especially at this stage in my life, to have met these ladies and to go and talk about things that maybe other people might think we're crazy to talk about. It's wonderful to learn because you're always learning. I'm always learning on the homestead. Every day is something new. Our meeting yesterday was something new that I'm excited to try, and I'll be bringing you along for that again, probably next week actually. So I'm excited to try that. I will link everything down below, and if you would like to join, please come over and join us there. You won't be sorry. It is a wonderful group, and thank you, Holly, so much for starting it. I can't tell you how much I love it. So other skills I want to add to my list of homestead skills is making soap, something we learned in our Women in Homesteading group. A very simple soap recipe that makes me feel not so intimidated, because I have had the ingredients to make soap for quite a while now, and I have not done it because it's so much science and math. And Holly shared a wonderful, simple soap recipe that she said it's fine to share with all of you. So I will be bringing you along with that soon. We're going to make soap, 3-ingredient homestead soap. I can't wait to share this with you. It really made me feel, after seeing her do it, okay, this is actually something I can do. So we'll be doing that, and I love being able to add another skill to my, repertoire of homesteading skills, and a way to stop relying on, the stores and maybe not the greatest of ingredients, soap, for my family. So yeah, we're going to be doing that soon, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. So that's everything that I wanted to chat with you all about today. I hope I touched on everything that I was thinking. I gotta take another sip of my tea. So now we can get to some of the questions that some of you posted and asked. I have my reading glasses because I have my contacts in, and I cannot read my phone without reading glasses when I have my contacts in. So my first question was on my YouTube page, and it came from Cindy Woods, and she asked, do you have chickens? I guess I kind of already answered that. Yes, we do. We currently have 8 chickens, including 1 rooster. 2 chickens who are not laying at all anymore. They are past the age of laying, and there originally were 4 of them. We're down to 2. They're just trying to, they're living their best lives right now. Truthfully, we keep hoping every day that this will be the last day we have to feed them, because we are feeding them and not getting any eggs from them. But they're hanging in there, so which is one of the reasons we do want to add to our flock. I actually sell our eggs to help pay to feed our chickens, so it would be nice to have that built up again so I can regularly be selling a few dozen a week and still have eggs for us. So yes, we have chickens and we love it. Another question that was posted on the, let me just get to it here, on the YouTube community post, and this is from Elizabeth Brooks. She asked, do you wish you had a larger electric pressure canner? Or was it more cost effective to buy the 2 you have for those times you pressure can more than will fit into 1 canner? And how many pints or quarts does yours hold? Okay, so first part of that question is, do I wish I had a larger one? I pretty much have as big a one as you can get. From what I understand, I have a Carry or Nesco electric pressure canner. I have 2 of them, as she mentioned. And the cost, when I bought mine 3 years ago, the first one I got on Black Friday, and I got it very reasonably. And then David surprised me a year later for my birthday with the second one. Again, he got it for a good deal. They kind of go up and down in price. They definitely go down in price more towards the holidays than they do any other time of year. And the Presto at the time was like $800 or $900, and I don't think we paid $300 for the 2 combined that I have now. I know we didn't pay $300 for the 2 we have combined, so it was definitely cheaper. And primarily at this stage in our life, a lot of the canning is just for 2 people, so it works out perfect for us. From what I understand, the Presto I don't think it holds any more than the one I'm using. I could be wrong. I might be. That's very, very, very possible. If it does hold more, it might only be 1 or 2 more jars than mine, but I don't think it holds a whole lot more than what I have. Mine has, I have to look, for quarts, for the wide mouth quarts, I can get 4. I believe it is 4 or 5. I'm trying to think. I think it's 4. For pints, I can get 6, I believe it is. And of course, half pints, I can get more. So it also depends on the shape of my jars. My square jars, square bottom jars, I can get 1 more of them in than I can of the really round ones because I can fit them in better. So I can do anywhere between 4 and 6-ish jars, depending on the size, in my pressure canner. And yes, having 2 is nice on the days where I know I'm in the mood and I'm gonna make a big batch of something and I wanna can up and just get it over with and not wait around for it to depressurize, put it back up, do all that again. I can get it all done in one swoop. And yeah, it works out perfectly for our family. As I said, you know, I'm not canning 20, 30 things at a time. The most I'm canning is 8 or 9 things at a time, which is perfect for our size of our family. So that definitely is something you have to take into consideration. As with your traditional pressure canners, you can fit a lot more because you can also double stack. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. And then over on Instagram, I had a couple of questions. Let me just get them up here. Sorry, I should have had these ready. And I had 2 questions from Misty, the thrifty farmhouse-ish mama, or Misty. And she asked me a couple of good ones. The first one was, while doing the 3 Rivers Challenge, how do you feel with not replenishing your stock with the way the world is? I started doing the challenge, which I am using our stock, but I can't do the no grocery store part. Food security is one of my weaknesses. I've prayed about it and I just get this deep feeling to continue to add to our pantry. Great question. Yes, the first couple years I did the pantry challenge, I still would make an exception. Like if I saw a really good deal on things I know that we needed for the pantry or we're going to be needing down the road, I would add it to it. But this year I didn't, because 1, I just wanted to see if we could do it, and we did, and we're still doing it, by the way. We are into, like, you know, February, what is today? February 7th? February 8th. And we are still we are going to the grocery store today because Aiden's girlfriend, we are meeting her for the first time today. She's coming over for supper, and I want to have some snacks for her too. So we are going to go out and get a few things, but nothing major. And I do have to replenish. I am getting some ground beef from our neighbors, our neighbor farmers who have grass-fed ground beef because we are completely out. There's nothing left. So I am picking up some of that. But other than that, I'm still making a conscious effort. I just went through our pantry, actually. Another thing that I've been putting off and finally got to, we rearranged where the freeze dryer is. I've done a lot of rearranging, so I'll be updating you all on that. You'll be seeing that soon. So we've been doing that, dusting, checking seals and things on pantry and seeing what is still there. And there's still quite a bit of some things that I am concentrating on, working on using up in the next week or 2. And it is scary, especially the way the world is, but I've prayed on it, and I prepare out of wisdom, not fear. I say that a lot to myself. I believe the first time I seen that was Jessica at 3 Rivers, who hosts the Pantry Challenge. I remember she reading that, and she says that a lot, and it just like a light bulb went off on top of my head when I read that. Prepare out of wisdom, not fear. So I'm really, really working hard on doing that. I also managed to do a lot of pantry stocking, so we've been pretty good. And I did keep an eye out on the flyers just, you know, for giggles, but they weren't great deals. I was not seeing great deals at all. Not at all. So yeah, it can be scary, especially the way the world is. And honestly, the way the prices have been going up, and we've been told here in Canada, food is expected to go up another, I think it said 3 to 5% in 2025. So yay. I get it. I get why it can cause fear. I do. But we're also not buying a lot of pre-packaged things anymore. I'm really, really working hard to stop doing that. Like I said, if I don't make it, we don't eat it. So that kind of has taken away a bit of my fear because I know I'm not buying those things anymore anyway. But yeah, I get it. I get how it can be because, you know, the world, the way the world is, it can be, you know, and I guess my advice would be like, I would still definitely meal plan and go through what I have in my pantry. But if you see deals on things you know you eat and you know they're a good deal, I would stock up on them. I really would. I think at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for your family. And if that is what's best for your family, then it's never the wrong decision. And yeah, so I hope that answered that question. I feel like it was a little convoluted and all over the place. But Misty also had one more question that we're going to get to. She said, this one's not so deep. She says, what has been your favorite meal to make during the pantry challenge? Oh my goodness. Well, a lot of the things I made are things I make all the time, but we did try a couple of things. One was the pumpkin overnight oatmeal in the slow cooker during the Savor the Slow series of videos I did last month. I loved that. That was delicious. It made a lot, so I was able to eat that for quite a while, and it was really, really, really good. I really liked it. So that was one. One of the others was just using my canned meats that I had ready. The pork, the beef, the taco beef, the sloppy joes. And then the other night I needed chicken for a recipe, and we were pretty much out of chicken. We have whole chickens, but I didn't want to roast a whole chicken for this recipe. So I'm like, wait a minute, I have several jars of chicken that I had canned up, and I drained out the broth, and I actually did something with that broth that you're going to see on Monday, so it didn't go to waste. I drained off the broth because that's still flavor from the chicken. So my other favorite meal was the chicken fried rice. I had put off trying to make my own chicken fried rice forever, craving chicken, you know, Chinese food for some reason so bad. And the takeout, it's so expensive here and not always the healthiest. And again, part of the pantry challenge, I didn't want to do that, so I made my own. But like I said, I didn't have the chicken, but I did. I had my canned chicken, and it turned out amazing. I will definitely be canning more chicken going forward. There's actually another collab coming up next month, March Canning Madness, that I was part of last year that I am hoping to also participate again in this year. So that's probably one of the things I'm going to put on my list of things to do, is to can up that chicken again. It was so convenient. It was so easy. It was so delicious. The chicken wasn't dry by any means. I was able to get it all done and thrown into one big wok, and we had a wonderful meal that we actually ate a couple of days because we had so much of it. Grace loved it. She even had seconds the night we made it. She loved it that much. So I'm definitely be making that again and changing up a few things from that recipe that we liked and didn't like going forward. But oh my gosh, that was definitely probably my favorite supper, was the chicken fried rice. The favorite breakfast was the pumpkin oatmeal overnight in the slow cooker. That was delicious. So thank you for your questions. I appreciate it, and I hope I answered them to your satisfaction. And I just want to thank you all for hanging in there and being with me the last almost 4 years here on YouTube. I just reached 750 uploads the other day. I believe Tuesday's video was 750. That's a lot of uploads, considering I believe I just reached 500 maybe 6 months before that. I'll have to double check, but so that's a lot of videos to be adding, you know, just since then. So I appreciate it. January was definitely my most successful month. I had mentioned that before, but I had the most views, the most thumbs up, the most comments on any of my videos last month. It was definitely the best month I have, and I hope going to 2 videos is not going to change that too much. I really do. But I have to do what's best for me and my family right now, and doing 2 videos a week, I believe, is what's best. So it's either that or leave YouTube altogether, and I'm not ready to do that yet. Thank you, friends, for coming along. If you have any other questions I could answer, put them, you want answered, put them down in the comments, and I'll get to them maybe in one of my videos next week. We'll take a little time out and answer some, or I'll do a whole nother video where I just answer your questions. Those are always some of my fun ones to do. I enjoy that. And we're pretty much an open book for the most part. There's some things I just won't answer. And, if it's something I won't answer, I won't answer it. I just won't even, bring it up or anything. So, but other than that, I'm pretty much an open book. So, and until then, friends, take care. God bless. Remember, next week's video schedule will be Monday and Saturday. Until then, we'll see you soon.